Off the wall covers have been here as well on the show, and I think it's phenomenal what you're doing. I mean, talking off the wall, I think is such a needed, because it's something that the community can find in the local restaurants, right? How do you distribute? Yes. How does talking off the wall? If I wanted to find it, where would I go and how would I find it?
Well, we print about 8,000 copies that we distribute all the way from West Palm Beach to Fort Lauderdale, to Hollywood, and then to Miami, and in Wynwood, of course. So any bars, restaurants, art gallery, especially in Wynwood, any coffee shop in Wynwood. That's what you said earlier. You see me because I do my own distribution in Wynwood. I love Wynwood. This is home away from home Wynwood. I just love it. And I just love the people. It's a passion for the people. So.
Yeah, and you have to, and I'm sure, Clara, you write a lot and you speak to a lot of the artists. I'm from New York City, and so in New York, I mean, I haven't been there in a while, but when I was there, everything was cliquish. You had to be in a certain clique to be allowed in, and Miami, I found it so strange and wonderful, the support and how artists embrace each other. I always get like a text from a famous artist or a very emerging, embraced artist in Miami saying, I just got a friend, came from Puerto Rico, can you help him? And I'm like, gee, this is like so wonderful. And so people will always lend a hand to another artist, and I found that a lot. Diana Contreras, when I call her for a project and I'm short, she'll send me a row of names and phone numbers.
Yes.
And
always on board.
Always on board, and phones of everybody else, and so does Trek 6, and everybody just doesn't want to say, well, everybody's got the flu, it's only me. Everybody is ready to really support each other, and I see that a lot, in many of these wall brawls and private venues. They really turn out and really do a wonderful thing, and the art, our beautiful neighborhood, these artists, they come out on their own budget with their own monies, with their own spray paint cans. I mean, very few get commission, and they do something gorgeous. What was one of the most interesting murals or person, because out of the 12 issues, which has been one of your favorite? And I know they all are, but which is one? Which is one they really told you? And then I'm going to ask you, Clara, the same question. Which issue spoke to you, Pascal Doytier? Which one spoke to you that made you feel like, you know what? I know I'm coming. I know I'm doing the right. This just hit me.
There's someone that you really mentioned a couple of times, but Trek 6, that was an amazing story. I mean, this guy has been around since the mid-'80s. He was part of some graffiti crews, which at the time were totally illegal. He's grown so much, and he's such a genuinely nice guy. I mean, and he has one of the most iconic pieces in Wynwood that you can see from I-95. That famous boombox that he painted with Show Boogie. To me, this is the heartbeat of Wynwood. This is the heartbeat of South Florida, the street art community. And I fell in love with the piece. And then once I knew the two men behind it, but Trek, because he's a local, and this is what we do. We're the local guys. That's what I mean. This is just an incredible piece. And listening to the story of Trek telling me. It's absolutely amazing. That was an amazing experience.
That was an amazing experience. Trek is phenomenal. Now, to ask you, Clara Vanessa, the co-founder as well of Talking Off the Wall, what was the issue that you wrote on or that you were involved with that really hit home to you to say, you know what, this is so worth it?
Yeah. Well, I've had a couple of those moments, actually. But I have to say that I also am a big fan of Trek. I call him Big Teddy Bear because he's amazing. You spoke about meeting these people, and the humans behind the artists is so amazing. They have been so supportive of us, of what we're doing, and so approachable, and some more than others, but overall, very approachable, very supportive. Anything, even, this is a magazine that's for the people and about the people. and they're all on board, and we're very blessed to have had that from the community and the artists. I think for me, it must have been the wall for February where we had all the women. All of these women together. It was the month of the woman. So the whole magazine was dedicated.
What's the month of the woman?
That for us,
February.
we decided it would be February because it's the love month.
Okay, all right.
We
I
want
wanted
to be a
know.
bit emotional. So the magazine for February, we did homage to the women in Wynwood. We had great women, all of them. From Jill Weisberg, we had Jessica also in there.
Jenny Perez.
Jenny. We had 10 very talented
Nicole
women.
Salagar.
Sure. We had Claudia, we had Teapot.
Yeah.
We had, we want to mention all of them. I don't want to skip any of them.
You had Jenny Perez,
Yes.
Aquarela,
Aqua.
Monique Lansung, Teapot, The Dow, Mars, Lushy, Nicole Salgar, Delves, and Claudia
That's
Bianca.
And we took, a couple of them graffiti artists. They're
I
all
see the
artists,
poster on this
all
one.
artists from, mainly Wynwood, but they work everywhere. All of these artists, we must say.
And
even
so
though
they came together to do one big wall?
we got some help, and we got a wall where they can all come together. It was a whole day of them working and having fun, and it was great.
Which wall was this?
It's on 22nd Avenue and Northwest First Street.
It's still- is it
It
still
is
up?
still up
Still there.
in
Oh,
Wynwood.
wow.
Oh, yes.
And that was fun, and writing about all these women and how talented they are and where they came from. I think for me that was really, where I was like, wow, this is so awesome. And I want to mention that these people, all of these artists, we use the term local a little bit loose because it might be the easiest way to say it, but they're not just local artists; they're just artists. They work outside of Wynwood. They are known in many places, and we're just lucky to have met them and to have them a magazine. And we just hope to continue this, closeness with the artists and with the
Now
community.
this is an endeavor that you guys pocket totally out of your own pockets, right?
It
Sometimes.
started that way.
It started that way.
And then again, the community has been very, very helpful.
Yeah.
And,
So
some
if
months
somebody
is better
wants
than
to
others.
advertise, they would advertise and that would help.
Yes.
That
This
would
is how
be
the magazine
amazing.
supported, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And so as the magazine grows, will it get more, will it become more, inside? How do you get this big poster if you have like 50 pages?
well, we'll work
Well,
something
well,
out.
yeah, I
We'll
was-
work something
I was
out.
thinking the
Just
other
looking
day.
at the Art Basel issue, we had an extra page
Oh, yeah.
because we had a collaboration with Gigi, who is a local
Artist,
artist,
yeah.
and the London Police,
Yeah, that
which
was
was
nice.
someone. Yes, those two guys are absolutely amazing. So this was a collaboration, and this is what we intend to do again this year: is to feature one local artist doing a collaboration with some international artists.
Well, I
It's a way
gotta
to
tell
give
you,
them
it
some
is a wonderful magazine, a wonderful newspaper magazine. How would you call this? Newspaper magazine? What is it?
We started calling it a rag, and
Yeah.
A
then
rag? Okay.
We started as a rag and then turned into a
Mag-
magazine. It's
It's like
we like to call it a publication.
a publication.
But it's a mag.
It's a
It's a
mag.
free publication.
It's
Yeah.
and so that's another thing. So if I wanted to get this, they would have to go out. You don't mail them or anything yet, or can it be seen on Facebook? Can this be seen on Facebook if
Yeah, this could
I'm
be
from New York and I
Yes,
just want to know?
It is available on the USU website, so there's a digital form of the magazine also. But I've mailed a few copies every month, so if
So
somebody
YouTube.
wants a
So if
copy, you
I
can
wanted
reach out.
to, so because remember, 880 The Biz is nationally syndicated internationally through iHeart. So there are people in Japan and Dubai listening to us. So if they wanted to see Talking Off the Wall, they would go to facebook.com/Talking Off OFF the Wall,
That is correct.
and then they could see the digital link. every month.
That is true. It's a monthly publication, but they can also reach us
A monthly
through.
publication.
Yes.
I write for 2 magazines, but luckily they're quarterly. And I gotta tell you, even then, I'm
Yes.
like, what do you
I
mean
know.
I passed my deadline?
Oh my
And I'm
God,
like,
deadlines.
okay, I got the title. I got the title. Like I just saw Jessica Goldman in here for
Yes,
February's
yes,
issue.
yes, of course,
So
in
I did an
February issue,
article
yes.
on her, and I knew the title, The Legacy Lives On, Jessica and
Well,
Joey
makes
Goldman.
sense, yes.
But I got the title. Then it was the next 3 pages I had to work on. It was like, oh. But you get it now. Now to sit there and collaborate every 30 days, a centerfold. The community bits of, talking from gallery owners, because as you open up, you have your event calendar in the center.
Yes.
Then on the sides, you give, opportunities and editorials on galleries, on unique products and services that have an artistic twist or are artistic. And you continue this throughout until you get to the centerfold of which is the whole mag, where you open it up and it's a poster of the center of the heart of the issue, which is the cover, the artist that you are showcasing.
Yes, there's always an interview.
How do you sleep?
We do it well.
Do you guys sleep?
Eventually.
I mean,
Eventually.
and you have other work, just like every artist. We
That's
have
right.
other jobs, right?
That's right.
That is true.
And-
But this is a labor of love.
But,
I mean,
yeah.
this is, and the passion and like we said, the support from the people gets us going every month. And luckily, we have some friends working with us on that project. Like from the get-go, from 3 years ago, I had Sandro Abate, who's a photographer who's been documenting the street art community before me, before a lot of other people. And now he was my biggest introduction to Winwood. He's the first one that we did, the very, very first interview with TMNK, Nobody, 2 years ago. And this was a pretty interesting interview before the magazine was in
But
its
you didn't do
print form. Yes.
you didn't do TMK.
No, not yet, but he was the first person that we interviewed, and this was a piece of something. I mean, really,
An
this
eye-opener.
guy